Good morning all my dear students. So now I'm going with the next part of probability distributions. So in my previous videos, in the first video we had we had gone through few of the basic definitions of probability distributions, and in my previous video I had done the problems on discrete random variables or discrete probability distribution functions. So in this video I'll solve few problems on continuous random variables or probability of that. Okay, so before we start, I'll just recall you, remember one thing: whenever you get probability, it should be always less than 1. The probability value should be positive, and the total probability should be always equal to 1. Whether it is continuous or whether it is discrete, you don't worry, but always keep one thing in mind: the probability value should be always positive, and the total probability value should be always equal to 1. Okay, so now I will start with the basic thing, that is, what is a continuous probability distribution. In the previous video we had done the problems on discrete probability distribution. Now we are doing the problems on continuous probability distribution. So for every x belonging to the range of the continuous random variable x, see, in continuous random variable what will happen, we will be having infinitely many terms, but in discrete random variable what will happen, we will be having finitely many terms, correct? So please be careful. Whenever you get continuous, it is always we have to solve it using integration, and if it is discrete we have to solve it using summation. Summation means summing up. Okay, summing up of finite number of elements. Integration is used to add infinitely many number of elements. That is a difference. Okay, so then the condition is that f of x should be greater than or equal to 0, and integration from minus infinity to infinity f of x dx should be always equal to 1. Okay, so these two conditions should be always satisfied. Then only we can tell that the given function is a continuous probability distribution function. Next, how to calculate mean and variance of this continuous probability distribution function. So mean is always given by mu, or it is nothing but simply expectation of x. In case of discrete, it is summation of x into f of p of x dx. But in case of discrete, it is integration from minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. It should have been f of x. And in case of variance, it is variance of x is equal to summation. We will give the notation as sigma square, expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. That is one formula. Or integration from minus infinity to infinity x minus mu the whole square into p of x. See, this is one formula, or this is one more formula: expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. But here expectation of x square is calculated in this way: integration from minus infinity to infinity x square into p of x dx. Then what is standard deviation? Standard deviation is simply root of variance. Okay, so my dear students, these things you should be knowing very carefully before you start with any of the problems. Then only you can easily solve the problems. And here continuous, no, it is not at all difficult thing, but only thing is integrations we have to be a bit careful. Okay, now I'll go with the problems. So I'll go with the first problem. A random variable x has the following density function. Means it's a probability function already. Okay, they are not asking you to prove that it is a probability function. They are telling you that the given function is already a probability distribution function. Evaluate k and evaluate all these values. So first I need to find the value of k. Okay, so first thing is, what are the conditions for probability? The probability of x should be greater than or equal to 0. Is it so? Yes. And if k is greater than or equal to 0, yeah. And also we must have integration from minus infinity to infinity p of x dx should be equal to 1. Means this integral should be always equal to 1. So here integration from minus infinity to infinity is from minus 3 to 3, and wherever else it is 0. So we will just take it as integration from minus 3 to 3 k into x square into dx, which is equal to 1. Because we are not proving it as 1, we know that it is already a probability distribution function. So using that condition I need to find the value of k. Okay, so k as it is, integration of x square is x cube by 3 with the limit minus 3 to 3. So when I apply the limits, we get equal to 1 here. So 3 cube by 3 minus of minus 3 cube by 3. Be careful when you apply the limits. Okay, and one more thing, you can use calculator and see what is the value of this x cube by 3 with the limit minus 3 to 3, or keep k as it is and you just put it in the calculator. Integration from minus 3 to 3 x square into dx. You will get the final answer as 18. K into 18 equal to 1. I mean, the simplified value of this is k into 18. Okay, k into 18 is equal to 1, or k is equal to 1 by 18. Again, is it a positive value? Yes, it's a positive value, so no problem. So my p of x will become x square into 1 by 18 with the limit minus 3 to 3. Okay, next they are asking you find the probability of x between 1 and 2. How will you calculate? With the limit you just take 1 to 2, because minus 3 to 3 means these points 1 and 2, will it lie between minus 3 and plus 3? Yes, 1 and 2, it will lie between minus 3 and plus 3, so no problem, you can directly take integration from 1 to 2. And how will you solve this? X less than or equal to 2. You see, in this continuous, now whether that equal is there or not there, it will never matter for me. Okay, so x less than or equal to 2 means what? All the values before 2 should be considered. Before 2 means from where to where? From minus 3 up to 2. Am I right? So from minus 3 to 3, x is less than or equal to 2 means somewhere 2 will be here. So from minus 3 to 2 we have to consider. Then how will you take probability of x greater than 1? So it will be from 1 to 3, correct? 1 up to 3, right? So we'll just check that. So first condition, probability of 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. So directly it is integration from 1 to 2, x square into the value of k I have substituted, that is 1 by 18. So I have missed to write that 1 by 18 here. So 1 by 18 into x cube by 3, or that is 1 by 18 3s are 54. 2 cube is 8 minus 1 cube is 1. 8 minus 1. So it is 7 by 54. Proper? You understood? Directly take the limits from 1 to 2. Okay. Next one. Probability of x less than or equal to 2. That's what I said you. Less than or equal to 2 means what? All the values before 2 should be considered. From where will you consider? Should be considered from minus 3. So from minus 3 up to 2 we have to consider. See, one more question I'll ask you. What if I give you probability of x less than 2? Will you take it as 1? Here. My question is, if I give you a probability of x less than 2, will you take it as minus 3 to 1? No. Please be careful, my dear students. It's a continuous random variable. See, less than 2 means 1.999999 is also less than 2. Am I right? Correct? So will you take it as 1 then? No. You should always take it as 2 only. That's what I said you. You don't worry with less than or equal to here in continuous random variables. You directly close your eyes and apply the limits directly. Okay. So don't be in a confusion. So here integration from minus 3 to 2, k into x square dx, the value of k is 1 by 18 into x square dx. So 1 by 18 into integration of x square is x cube by 3 with the limit minus 3 to 2. So when I apply the limits, 18 3s are 54, forget about that. 2 cube is 8 and minus 3 the whole cube is minus 27. So minus of minus I have written it as plus 27. So I will get my final answer as 35 divided by 54. Okay. Hope you are clear with these two set of problem. Okay. I have one more question. What is that? Find probability of x greater than 1. See here. Greater than 1 means what? From 1, all the values greater than 1 up to which one? Where it is stopping? At 3. So from 1 up to 3 we have to consider. So from 1 to 3, 1 by 18 into x square dx. Again integration of x square is x cube by 3 with the limit 1 to 3. So 3 cube is 27, 1 cube is 1. So it will be 26 by 54. That is my final answer. Hope you are clear with this. See, this simple type of problems, they last for 6 marks and all. Okay, which is very easy. Don't get confused. I'll go for problem now. Find the constant k. Same condition, same problem as the previous one, but I have changed the limits. Limit is from 0 to 3. They are telling that it is a PDF, but we have to find the values of this one. Along with that, I have asked to find mean and variance. Okay. Now be careful, my limit is from 0 to 3. This is one more question which they repeatedly ask. Okay, either from -3 to 3 or from 0 to 3. So my condition, if it is a probability distribution function, then integration from -infinity to infinity f of x dx should be always equal to 1. So again we'll get the k value as integration from 0 to 3 k into x square dx. K as it is, integration of x square is x cube by 3 with the limit 0 to 3. So when I apply 3 here, 3 cube 27, 27 divided by 3, 9. So k into 9 is equal to 1. That's what 9k is equal to 1, or k is equal to 1 by 9. Clear? Okay. Now you start answering the required next questions whatever they have asked. So what will you do with this one? Probability of 1 less than x less than 2. Is 1 and 2 between 0 and 3? You check that first. Okay. 0 to 3. So this 1 and 2 will lies between 0 and 3. So no problem. You can directly take the limit from 1 to 2. So see here. Limit I have taken from 1 to 2 f of x into dx. So what is my function in this case? K into x square, that is k is 1 by 9 and x square as it is. So integration of x square is x cube by 3. So 3 into 9, 3 9s are 27 with the limit 1 to 2. So when I apply that, 2 cube is 8 and 1 cube is 1. 8 minus 7 is 7. 7 by 27. Okay. Next. Second one was probability of x less than or equal to 1. Again, less than or equal to 1 means what? 1 from 1, before 1 whatever values are there we have to consider. Before 1 means from where to where? From 0 up to 1 into f of x dx. So don't think that 0 to 1 there is no difference. See, 0 0.0001, 0 0.01, 0 0.5, 0 0.99, all these values will come between 0 to 1 only, correct? Continuously there are infinitely many numbers between 0 and 1. Okay, don't be in a confusion that after 0 we get only 1. No. So 0 to 1 f of x into dx. What is my f of x? X square by 9 into dx. So x is 1. So 1 square by 9. Integration of x square is x cube by 3. So 9 3s are 27 with the limit 0 to 1. So when I apply the limit as 1, 1 cube is 1 divided by 27. That's it. Okay. You clear with this one? Okay. What is my next condition they have given here? See here, third one. Probability of x greater than 1. So greater than 1 means what? From 1 up to the next term whatever is there. So from 1 up to 3. So it is integration from 1 to 3. So probability of x greater than 1 means integration of 1 to 3 f of x into dx. So I apply the limits. 3 cube is 27 minus 1 cube is 1. So 27 minus 26, 27 minus 1 is 26 by 27. Clear? Okay. Now I'll go with my next one. They have asked me to find the mean. How do you define mean? Mean notation is mu, and it is defined as integration from -infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. So my -infinity to infinity, they have defined it for 0 to 3, and rest all other places it is 0. What does that indicate? From -infinity to 0 it is 0. Then from 3 to infinity it is also 0. So we have the function of x only from 0 to 3. So 0 to 3 into x square x into f of x. So x into f of x is x square by 9 into dx. Okay, so integration of x square into x is how much? X cube. So integration of x cube is x power 4 by 4. So 9 4s are 36 with the limit 0 to 3. So 3 power 4. 3 power 4 is how much? 81. Minus 0 power 4 is 0. So 81 by 36 or 9 by 4 is my mean. Okay, so mean is 9 by 4. Next, what they have asked me? Variance. So how do you calculate variance? Either we have the formula integration from -infinity to infinity x square into f of x dx minus mu square, or that is simply expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. Am I right? See, expectation of x is mu, which we have already calculated, and this is expectation of x square formula. -infinity to infinity x square into f of x dx. proper. So I have the limits from 0 to 3, x square into x square by 9 into dx minus mu square. Mu is 9 by 4 the whole square. So integration of x square, x power 4 is nothing but x power 5 by 5. 9 5 is 45. So x power 5 by 5, x power 5 by 5 into 9, 9 5 is 45 with the limit 0 to 3. So then 3 power 5 is, after simplification we get 81 by 15, I mean applying the limits, minus 81 by 16, so I'll get 81 by 240. So my final answer is 27 by 80. That is your variance. You calculate it and check it by yourself, you will get it very easily. Okay, so this is the way how do we calculate mean and variance. In the formula list I had given this separately in the sense I had written variance is equal to expectation of x square, where this is the formula, minus expectation of x the whole square or mu square. Okay, so now I am going with the next set of problem, that is find the value of c such that my function of x is x by c plus c with the limit 0 to 3 is a PDF. Also find probability of 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. Is it not same as the previous problems, my dear students? Yes. So you can try this problem, but still I am explaining it again so that you can refer it. So first the condition is that we must have integration from minus infinity to infinity. F of x into dx should be equal to 1. So what is my function of x here? X by c plus c. So my limit minus infinity to infinity, no need to take from full limits, we can take from 0 to 3. So 0 to 3, f of x is x by 6 plus c into dx is equal to what? It is equal to 1. We are not proving that it is equal to 1, but we are taking that condition that it is already equal to 1, means we know that the given function is already a PDF. So we are directly taking it equal to 1 and we are finding the value of this constant c. Okay, now what is integration of x? X square by 2. And what is integration of constant? So please be careful, my dear students. Integration of constant is constant into x. Don't write it as 0. In integration we will never get 0. Okay, so integration of x is x square by 2, so 6 into 2 is 12, plus integration of constant is constant into x with the limit 0 to 3, which is equal to 1. So when I apply the limit here, 3 square is 9, 9 by 12 plus c into 3, correct? See, 9 by 12 is 3 by 4 plus 3 into c is equal to 1, or you solve for c, 3c is equal to 1 minus 3 by 4, or I will get 1 by 4. So then 3c is equal to 1 by 4 or c is equal to 1 by 12. Okay, these calculations you have to do again, my dear students. I have written the final answer directly here. C is equal to 1 by 12. I hope you can solve for c here very easily. It's not at all difficult. Just first what you do, take this plus 3 by 4 to other side, it will become minus 3 by 4. So 1 minus 3 by 4 will give me how much? 1 by 4. Then 3c is equal to 1 by 4 or c is equal to 1 by 12. That's it. Okay, so the value of c is 1 by 12. Done, almost done. Now you find between 1 and 2. So whether 1 and 2 lies between 0 and 3? Yes. So directly take the limits from 1 to 2 into f of x dx. So probability of 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2 is nothing but integration from 1 to 2 f of x into dx. So my f of x is x by 6 plus the value of c whatever we obtained, that was 1 by 12 into dx. So integration of x is x square by 2 and integration of constant is constant into x. Correct? So 1 by 12 into x and x square by 2, 6 2s are 12 with the limit 1 to 2. Apply it. So 1 by 12 I have kept as it is. When I apply upper limit 2, 2 square is 4 plus 2 minus 1 square is 1 plus 1. So I'll get my final answer as 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 minus 2, 6 minus 2 is 4, 4 by 12 is nothing but 1 by 3. Okay, so these problems are very simple and easy, correct? So most of the time now your first problem in your exam will be on this one. So my dear students, I will be sending you the model question papers by which is given by VTU I'll be sending you 2 model question papers. I request you all to go through that model question papers and then try to solve the problems based on this module. Okay, next. So my final answer is 1 by 3. So my next set of problem is here. This is bit quite confusing and interesting. So please be careful, my dear students. So find the value of k such that my f of x is integration from k into x into e to the power minus x with the limit 0 to 1 is a PDF. Again they are telling that it is already a PDF, but you find the value of k and then find the value of mean. Okay, forget about this mean, that I'll tell you later. But here the integration part is very important. Okay, because we have x into e power x, we have to go for a product rule here, UV rule. Okay, you remember in Fourier series we used to do that rule in the previous semester. Yes, same way we have to do here also. Just check with the steps. Again the same step, first I'll write integration from minus infinity to infinity, f of x into dx should be equal to 1, right? So what is my f of x? K into x into e power minus x. So I'll just substitute that. So it is k into x into e power minus x dx equal to 1. Okay, now how will you integrate this? This is the important thing here. So most of the time no students will do mistake here. Okay, so we have to apply integration of x into e power minus x dx. We have to go for UV rule. You remember, u into integration of v minus u dash into double integration of v plus u double dash into triple integration of v, go on doing until this u becomes 0. Correct? Bernoulli's principle. So same way here, just check, we are applying that Bernoulli's rule. I have kept as it is first function, that is u is x, and Euler property, according to Euler exponential should be taken as v and x is u. So u into integration of v. What is integration of e power minus x? E power minus x divided by minus 1, that I have written this minus 1 here only. Okay, u into integration of v minus u dash, differentiation of x is 1 into double integration of v. This is nothing but double integration of v. So already once when I integrate v, I'll get minus into e power minus x. Again if I integrate that, I'll get minus into minus plus e power minus x. Done. Next step is u double dash. Again differentiation of 1 is 0, so we are not writing the next step. Okay, so it is simply u into integration of v minus u dash into double integration of v plus u double dash. U double dash means differentiation of 1 will give me 0. So you just forget about that step with the limit 0 to 1. Okay, then you use calculator, and wherever x is there you take 1 and 0 and see what you will get. Okay, so just check here. So when I take 1 into minus sign as it is, e power minus 1 is nothing but 1 by e. So my dear students, observe carefully how I have simplified this. When I take 1 here, 1 you forget, e power minus 1, this minus sign I have kept as it is. E power minus 1 is nothing but 1 by e minus of, now I'll apply the limit for the second term. See, lower limit is 0. 0 into anything is 0 here, correct? Minus of upper limit is 1. So e power minus 1 is again 1 by e minus e power 0 is how much? 1. Proper? So now that is equal to 1, equated to 1. So 1 minus into minus plus 1 minus 1 by e minus 1 by e. How many times? So minus 2 times 1 by e. So minus 2 by e. So minus you have to multiply to both the terms. When you multiply, I'll get minus into minus as plus. So plus 1 and minus 1 by e here, and one more minus 1 by e I'll get. So minus 1 by e minus 1 by e is nothing but minus 2 by e. So what will be my k value now? See my dear students, I am repeating again. Till here it is okay, but next step you have to be very careful. What is k? It is 1 by 1 minus 2 by e, or you take this e as LCM, so it will become e minus 2 whole divided by e. Proper? So it will get e minus 2 whole divided by e equal to 1, or k is equal to, that e will go to other side, e divided by e minus 2. Okay, so before writing this step, you take LCM over here, that will be 1 into e is e minus 2 whole divided by e is equal to 1, or k is equal to e divided by e minus 2. Okay, so this is the way how we have to integrate. So please be careful with this step, my dear students, integration and final answer of k. Okay, so concentrate on these two steps carefully when you solve this problem. Now they have asked me to find the mean. What is mean? X into f of x dx. You have to multiply x here, that will give me mean, correct? So mean mu is equal to integration from minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. Proper. So what is my f of x now? E divided by e minus 2, that is a value of constant k, into x into e power minus x dx. So it will be that constant you write outside. Integration from 0 to 1, x into x is x square into e power minus x into dx. Now we have to integrate this. Again we have to go for the same Bernoulli's principle. My u is x square, v is e power minus x. So how to integrate this? So observe this step. U as it is, integration of v. Integration of e power minus x is minus e power minus x minus e power minus x minus differentiation of x square is 2x into double integration of v, correct? Already once we have integrated v here, again if I integrate that, I'll get double integration. So it will be e power minus x into minus 1. So minus into minus will become plus. So this is u integration of v minus u dash double integration of v plus u double dash. So differentiation of 2x is 2 into triple integration of v. Already double integration is e power minus x. Again if I integrate that, what I'll get? Minus e power minus x. That's it. Okay. Next term will be 0. So I have just neglected it. So I'll repeat again. Just listen carefully. It is u, that is x square, into integration of v. So integration of e power minus x is minus e power minus x minus u dash integration differentiation of x square is 2x into double integration of v. So it is e power minus x into minus 1 will become plus u double dash differentiation of 2x is 2 into triple integration of v. So triple integration of v is, again if you integrate this e power minus x, I'll get triple integration. So minus e power minus x, that's it, with the limit 0 to 1. So when I simplify that, when I apply upper limit 1, so 1 square is 1, so here it will become minus 1 by e, and here it will become minus 2 by e, because lower limit when I apply in this both the cases it will become 0, because 0 into anything is 0, x is 0, 0 into anything is 0, but only in the last case we have to apply both upper as well as lower limit. So this minus into plus I have written minus 2 into, take x as 1, so 1 by e minus e power 0 is 1, so 1 by e minus 1. Okay, now simplify it. So you will get 2 minus 5 by e. If you count carefully, so minus 1 by e minus 2 by e, that is minus 3 by e. Then multiply this minus 2 to both the terms. So again minus 2 by e will get. So minus 1 by e minus 2 by e minus 2 by e. So how many e is totally? 5. So minus 5 by e, minus into minus plus 2 ones are 2. Okay, so you can stop it here only. If you are able to simplify it, you simplify. If not, you keep it as it is only, no problem. I just take an LCM over here and I have simplified it. Okay, so if you are able to do it, you do it. If not, you can keep it as it is. Okay, so this is the way how we have to integrate. Again, integration steps we have to be very careful over here. Done. Okay, I have my next function over here. It's a very simple one. I have just given you for this for you to work. Okay, but the question I have twisted over here. I am asking you, is this function a density function, probability density function? So what you have to do, instead of taking it as equal to 1, we have to prove that when I integrate this with the limit x greater than or equal to 0, it should be 1. If so, means if it is a probability density function, then determine the probability that the variate having this density will fall in the interval 1 to 2. Okay, you forget about that. First I'll start with the problem. See here. We observe that the function is greater than or equal to 0, and we must have this condition minus infinity to infinity f of x dx should be equal to 1. Correct? So now, integration from minus infinity to infinity f of x dx, I'll split it. Why? See here, I have the function only for which one? X greater than or equal to 0. So greater than or equal to 0 means from where? From 0 up to any term. Any term means where? According to the formula it should be up to infinity. So I'll split this as minus infinity to 0 and then 0 to infinity. Proper? So minus infinity to 0 means it will be lying for this function. 0 to infinity means my function of x is e power minus x. Okay, see here, from minus infinity to 0 my function is 0, so I'll be directly writing it as 0 plus integration from 0 to infinity e power minus x into dx. So what is integration of e power minus x? Minus e power minus x with the limit 0 to infinity. Remember my dear students, e power minus infinity is always 0. Okay, so when I apply upper limit, e power minus infinity is 0 and lower limit is e power 0, e power 0 is 1. So minus into minus plus 1. So did we get the final value as 1? Did we get 1? Yes. So can I tell that this function is a probability density function? Yes. You got the difference between this one and the previous problem? So in the previous problem what happened? They were telling that it is a PDF, you find the value of the constant. So I used to equate it to 1, correct? But in this problem, they are telling that you have to prove that it is a PDF. They are asking you a question. See, is this following a probability density function? Correct? You have to check it. How to check it? Using this condition. Means when you integrate that with the limit minus infinity to infinity, I should get the final answer as 1. Am I getting 1 here? Yes. So it's a probability density function. Okay. Now then, what is that? They had asked me this. The probability that the variate having this density will fall in the interval 1 to 2 means what? We have to compute probability of 1 less than x less than 2. That's it. So just calculate it. Integration from 1 to infinity, 1 to 2. Yes, because see, my limit there was 0 to infinity, correct? So 1 and 2, will it lie between 0 to infinity? Yes, obviously. So 1 to 2 f of x dx I can consider. So f of x is e power minus x, integration of e power minus x is minus e power minus x with the limit 1 to 2. So when I simplify that, whatever answer you get, write it as it is, that is your final answer. Okay, so it's a very simple problem. Either they'll tell you that it's a probability density function, you find some constant value, or they'll ask you to prove that it's a probability density function. Okay, so are you clear with the concept? But only thing is, integration we have to be very careful. Okay, so I'll go now. Okay, this is one of the very interesting and different set of problem, my dear students. So observe this question carefully and see how I am doing the solution for this. They are telling that a continuous random variable has a distribution function. It is not a probability distribution function, but it's a distribution function. Okay, they are telling you that the function is 0 if the value of x is less than or equal to 1, or it is c into x minus 1 by 4 x minus 1 to the power 4 if the value of x is between 1 to 3, or 1 if x is greater than c 3. They are asking you to find the value of c and also the probability density function. So what happened here? We have to check the value of c. So how to check it? Observe this carefully. See my dear students, it's better if you write this problem once in your notebook, because only one problem I have of this kind. So we know that the probability density function f of x is nothing but d by dx of this given random variable, that is capital F of x. See the difference here. In all my previous questions, I used to give small f of x. I never used to give capital F of x. Capital F of x is always nothing but the distribution function. Small f of x is nothing but the probability function. Okay. So it should be d by dx of f of x. So what I should do now? I should differentiate this function first. So my f of x is nothing but differentiation of 0 is 0. Differentiation of x minus 1 to the power 4. What is differentiation of x power 4? 4x cube. So 4 into x minus 1 the whole cube. And differentiation of 1, which is a constant, is again 0. Now this is my function. So this function is a PDF. We have to find the constant value c. So we have to find the constant value c. So it is integration from minus infinity to infinity f of x into dx. So when I do that, so integration from minus 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 4 into c into x minus 1 the whole cube into dx is equal to 1. We are not proving that it is equal to 1. Using this condition, I am finding the constant value. Okay, 4 you keep outside. What is integration of x cube now? Here, differentiation of x power 4 was 4x cube. Integration of x cube means x power 4 by 4. That's what I am telling you. In integration, it should be always increasing. In differentiation, it is decreasing. So it is c into x minus 1 to the power 4 divided by 4. That 4 and this 4 will get cancelled. Okay, with the limits 1 to 3 equal to 1, or I'll get the value of c as 1 by 16. So when I apply 1 minus 3, 2 power 4 is how much? 16. And when you apply 1 minus 1 is 0. So c into 16 minus 0 I'll get, or 16c is equal to 1, or c is equal to 1 by 16. That's it. So now what will be the PDF of this? The PDF of this is that one only. Okay. Now I have a similar type of problem here, but I have changed the function. So what is my function here? K divided by 1 plus x square. See, I have put all the possibilities of integrations over here. Okay, so if you study these problems, it is more than enough. If you study this video properly, or if you just check this video properly and see all the problems, then it is more than enough. Okay, no need to refer any other problems, because all possibilities of integrations I have done here. Correct? Product rule I have done, and even e power x I have done. So almost all the problems I have covered in these videos. So now I have also taken k divided by 1 plus x square. So again, my condition should be integration from minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is 1, but my function of x I have changed here in the question, k divided by 1 plus x square. What is integration of 1 by 1 plus x square? See, many students don't know the integration. That's why I have tried to solve as many problems on this one. So what is integration of 1 by 1 plus x square? That is simply tan inverse of x by a. Okay, or in a general way we can tell it as integration of a by a square plus x square is 1 by a into tan inverse of x by a. Okay, so that is simply, or before that I have one more step here. See, this concept, I don't know whether you people know it or not. We have some properties of definite integral, right? What is that? Integration from minus a to a f of x dx, I can write it as 2 times integration from 0 to a f of x dx, right? Provided it's a even function, and if it is odd, it is directly 0. I am repeating again, you make a note of this. We have the property of definite integral as integration from minus a to a f of x dx is simply 2 times integration of 0 to a, provided your function is even, and it is equal to 0 provided your function is odd. So my question now here is, I have to check whether this function is even or odd. How will you check, my dear students, whether the given function is even or odd? You remember something in Fourier series? We have to check whether the given function is even or odd. Yes. The same way you check here also. So I'll repeat that again. If your limit is from negative to positive, so it is from minus a to a, we have to just replace x by minus x. Correct? So here if I replace x by minus x here, so minus x the whole square is plus x square. So I'll get the same function. So the function is even. If the function is even, I can write this minus infinity to infinity as 2 times 0 to infinity. Here, since the integrand means the function it is even, we can write this as 2 times 0 to infinity f of x into dx. My integration will be very simple. That's it. Okay. See, even if you keep it as it is and integrate also, no problem. But these properties, if I apply, it will be very easy. Since you people are doing engineering, you should be knowing all these properties also. Okay. So then integration of 1 by 1 plus x square is simply tan inverse of x. So tan inverse of infinity is how much? Pi by 2. And tan inverse of 0 is 0. Okay. So 2k into pi by 2 minus 0, or k is equal to 2 and 2 will get cancelled, pi, 1 by pi. Okay. So please make a note of this point, my dear students. Integration from minus a to a f of x dx is equal to 2 times integration from 0 to a f of x dx, provided your function f of x is even, and it is equal to 0 provided your function is odd. In this case my function is even. How did I come to know it is even? See, limit is from negative to positive. If it is negative from negative to positive, you have to just replace x by minus x. So if I replace x by minus x here, what will I get? 1 divided by 1 plus minus x the whole square. So I'll get same as 1 by 1 plus x square, which is equal to f of x only. So it is a even function. So I'm writing it as 2 times 0 to infinity. So even if you keep as it is and integrate also, no problem, we'll get the same answer. Okay? Yes. Now I got the value of k, and hence evaluate probability of x greater than or equal to 0 and this one. That is same as the previous case. So probability of x greater than or equal to 0 means from 0 up to infinity f of x dx. So my f of x is k into 1 by 1 plus x square. So k is 1 by pi with the limit 0 to infinity. 1 by 1 plus x square is nothing but its integration is tan inverse of x with the limit 0 to infinity. So tan inverse of infinity is pi by 2 and tan inverse of 0 is 0. I have just neglected it. So pi and pi will get cancelled. So we'll get the answer as 1 by 2. Okay. Next, 0 less than x less than 1 means with the limit I have to take it as from 0 to 1. Same procedure you follow, but what is tan inverse of 1? Pi by 4. See these values, if you don't know, you can use calculator, my dear students, and tan inverse of 0 is 0. So pi and pi will get cancelled, 1 by 4. Okay. So very simple problems, but integrations you have to be knowing carefully, and some properties of definite integral I said here. So make a note of that also. Okay, my dear students, this is one of the very important problem, but by quite confusing and interesting also. So write this problem carefully, my dear students, because I have something called as mod over here, right? So we'll just see what to do. The probability density function of a continuous random variable is given by this. Prove that y0 is 1 by 2. They are telling that the constant value y0 is how much? 1 by 2. We have to prove it. Okay. So what is the condition first? Integration from minus infinity to infinity. They have given it as p of x. Dx should be equal to 1. So just substitute what is p of x. Y0 into e power minus mod x into dx. Okay, my dear students. Now tell me whether e power minus mod x is even or odd. My first question. How to check whether it is even or odd? You have to just replace x by what? Minus x. So mod of minus x. What is the property of this mod? Mod means even if you have a negative value, it will become positive. So e power minus mod x is a even function. So if it is a even function, I can write this as how? 2 times 0 to infinity. Here, e power minus mod x is a even function. So I can write this as what? 2 times 0 to infinity into y0 into e power minus, however mod it will become plus only, so I just neglected it, into dx is equal to 1. Okay, now integrate this. What is integration of e power minus mod x? So minus 2 into y0 I have kept as it is. From where this minus came here? So integration of, oh sorry, this minus sign is not there, my dear students, I am sorry. Integration of e power minus x is e power minus x divided by minus 1. Okay, just a small correction, I just took that minus sign twice, so I'll just change this as plus. Okay, you just don't worry. I'll just erase this, let that be there. I'll explain you. Okay, so 2 into y0 I have kept as it is, into e power minus x divided by integration of e power minus x is e power minus x divided by minus 1. So this minus I have kept outside here. Okay, so minus 2 into y0, e power minus infinity is 0 and e power 0 is 1. So minus into minus is plus. So mean is integration from minus infinity to infinity x into p of x dx. Okay, now see why I use that property of definite integral, you will come to know here. X into e power minus mod x. See, e power minus mod x was a even function. What will be x into e power minus mod x? Is it even or odd? How to check? Replace x by minus x. So in the place of x, if I take minus x, so minus x into e power minus x I'll get. So that is minus of f of x. So the function is odd here. So if it is odd, can I write 0 directly? Yes, I can write 0 directly, telling that the function x into e power minus mod x is an odd function. See, that is the advantage or the beauty of this definite integral. See, if you check whether it is even or odd, directly you can write 0 over here because it's an odd function. How to check it? I'll repeat again. Just replace x by minus x, you will get it as odd function. Okay, so you can write directly 0. So my mean is 0. So variance, expectation of x square minus expectation of x the whole square. So expectation of x square is integration from minus infinity to infinity x square into p of x. Now what is this? Is it even or odd? See, when x into e power minus x is an odd function, x square into e power minus mod x will be what? Obviously it's a even function. So since it's a even function, so I will write it as 2 times 0 to infinity x square into e power minus mod x. E power minus x, there that mod we can just ignore, into dx. Now how to integrate this? I had explained these steps in the previous example also, you can just refer that. So I'll explain again if you want. So u as it is, u into integration of v e power minus x divided by minus 1 minus u dash, differentiation of x square is 2x, double integration of v is simply e power minus x plus u double dash, differentiation of 2x is 2 into triple integration of v. So integration of e power minus mod x is e power minus mod x divided by minus 1 with the limit 0 to infinity. Apply the limits and we'll get the final answer as 2. Okay. So finally my variance is 2 minus 0 square, or that is equal to 2. Okay. Then that was all about PDF. Now see here, find the cumulative distribution function for the following probability distribution function. Have you heard about this word cumulative? Yes, in the previous video I had done a problem on cumulative distribution function where we go on adding all the functions and I'll get the total value as 1. Yes, same way here also we have to find the cumulative distribution function for the following PDF. So okay, cumulative distribution function is nothing but capital F of x. You remember in one problem I had given you capital F of x and I differentiated that so that I'll get small f of x. Yes, same way here they have given you small f of x and they're asking you to find out CDF. So how to get capital F of x then? We have to just do the reverse procedure, that is integration. Are you clear with the step what I am telling? So if they have given you capital F of x, how will you convert it into small f of x? By differentiation. If they have given you small f of x, how will you convert it into capital F of x? By integration. That we call it as cumulative distribution function. So it is integration from minus infinity to x, f of x into dx. This is a formula, okay? So here minus infinity to x, how will I take the limit? So minus infinity to x I should split from minus infinity to 0 and 0 to x into f of x dx. But my 0 to x means I should take from 0 to 1. So just observe here. However, this value is 0. 0 otherwise means what? From minus infinity to 0 it is 0. Plus 0 to x into f of x dx will remain. So 0 to x into 6x square, 6x minus 6x square into dx. So just go on integrating. Integration of x is x square by 2 and integration of x square is x cube by 3. Simplify it. 2 ones are 2 3s are, so I'll get 3x square minus 2x cube. That is a cumulative density function for the limit x between 0 to 1. That's it, finished. Simple problem. Okay. Similar way I have another problem over here. Find the cumulative density function for the following PDF. Everything, all the steps are same as the previous problem, but integration we have to be careful. Okay. So you have to apply a quotient product rule. First function as it is, integration of second. Integration of e power minus x is e power minus x divided by what is multiplied to x here? Minus 1 by 2, so you have to divide it. Divided by minus 1 by 2. Minus differentiation of x is 1 into double integration of v. integration of this function will give me double integration. So it is e power minus x by 2 divided by minus 1 by 2 into minus 1 by 2 is simply plus 1 by 4, or simplified. So whatever you get, that is your final cumulative density function for the limit 0 to infinity. That's it. Okay, so my dear students, so in this video I have done almost all the problems on continuous random variable, probability of continuous random variable. So my suggestion is you write down all these problems whatever I have done properly, and in these problems if you have any doubts or any confusions, please contact me. Okay, because this almost all set of problems I have covered in this, and in my next video I'll go with the next part, which is a very important part in probability, that is binomial and Poisson distributions. Okay, so thank you my dear students, we'll meet you again in the next video.